Kendo Podcast episode 151. In this episode, I want to talk about discipline versus opportunities for taking exams.
Kendo Podcast by Hiro Mafuji from KendoGuide.com. Thank you for listening. This podcast is about Japanese martial arts Kendo for Kendo lovers and supported by Kendo enthusiasts through Patreon.com. Thank you for your support, guys. Please visit KendoGuide.com for more Kendo information and how to support KendoGuide.com.
Welcome to Kendo Podcast episode 151. Okay, simple question, but very sensitive question, I think, in this episode. Now, do you want to know if you are going to pass or fail before taking exam? So no one will know until you take exam, but at least if you have a sensei who can tell you if you are going to pass or fail, would you like to know? Now, the reason I asked about this, I'm asking you this, is that it's been out there. So, but recently I had multiple questions. A few questions about exams, and it got me to think about it. So I want to ask you this simple question. Now, some sensei tell you to take promotion exam. Or some sensei force you to take a promotion exam. I don't know if that's the case, but I hear someone was forced to take exam, and some sensei, leave it up to you. Okay, if you want to take it, take it. If you don't, right? And some sensei will tell you to take promotion exam when you are ready. All right, so these are probably possibilities out there. Some cases, one of these cases will fit you or match your situation. And like I said, I actually heard someone didn't want to take exam, but her sensei forced to her take exam. Okay, and the other case was that I don't want to tell you in detail because this might identify a particular person. So, I have, I am in my federation that I belong to, I'm asked to be on judging panel. And of course, some other federations, if they need someone high, like 6'9" or above, they ask me as well to be on judging panel. So I have opportunities to be on a judging panel. And if my student, right, if I have to judge my student there, right, I know them, but I have to be neutral, right? Of course, they're my students and I want them to pass exam, but I have to be neutral, right? I have to be fair to everyone. So I'm going to be neutral, and I forget about what they do at daily training, right? Daily training, and I just see their performance on that day. That's fair because other students, I don't know. And I'm seeing their performance at that very day for one time. And I won't see them again maybe. Right? So I have to be fair. And I don't know about your dojo or your situation and your federation rules. My federation that I belong to here, regional federation, you need an instructor's signature. And then you have to, if you are going outside the federation to take a promotion exam, you have to get a permission, not permission, a signature from your federation president or vice president if president is not cannot sign. So you know, its signature means it's okay for you to, you know, it's like permission. I don't want to say permission, but if I am your dojo, if I am your instructor, and then if I think you're ready to test, I'm gonna sign it. Okay, so I think I've been talking about this on the podcast a lot. Traditional way, and you are not in Japan. Most of people here listening to this podcast are not in Japan, I think. And some of you are in Japan, and I don't know if you're Japanese or not. And things are changing. In Japan, things are changing too. So my sense, in old days, I always asked my sensei, can I take exam? And that means in Japan, or I should say my sensei, asking permission from my sensei means if he thinks I can pass, he'll say, okay, go ahead. If he doesn't think you're at that level, he says, oh, probably not yet. That's it. Right? So it's kind of discipline. Are you ready for the next? Are you that level or not? Now, if you think, oh, he is taking my opportunities away, that's a different story, isn't it? So he thinks, like me, I'll be on judging panel. If I don't pass you, should I say, what do you want me to say? If I don't pass you, like if I am your instructor, and even if I won't pass you at the grading in a promotion exam, what do you want me to say? Do you want me to say, yes, you can, all right? Because I don't want to take it on an opportunity. If you think I am taking my opportunity away from me, I don't want to say that, oh yeah, you can't go for it because I think you'll fail, right? So it's even when your sensei says no, you can't, and you take it personally, or he's taking my opportunity away. That is not good. So if it's your sensei doesn't like you personally, it's a different story, right? And then that's not good. If even when you have abilities to pass, and you go, no, I won't give you anything because I don't like you, and that's a different story. But so like Kendo, I mean, you can go ahead and take exam. I personally don't think my students just keep going for gradings when I know they're not going to pass, because I feel very responsible for their kendo, because I'm instructing them. And if I know they're failing, and if I know they're not up to that level, I feel responsible to tell them that they should wait. And I tell them, it's not only they should wait. I tell them, you should work on this, you should work on that, you should work on this, you should work on that. because I want them to pass. Passing means you're at a certain level, so you can go to another level. You're ready to go to another level. So I think that is very important for people to know what they should be working on. That's why I'm doing these milestones for your Kendo improvements at the moment at Patreons. But I always think that like exams. I mean, a lot of people take exams. Any kind of exams, right? For your qualification, for your job, you take exams. You keep going up by taking exams. You study for it, and then you fail if you're not up to that level, right? But until you take the exam, you never know, right? But here's a different story. If people tell you you're gonna fail, would you still go? That's the question. So getting permission, just signature, can you sign it? And then probably we can't say no to sign it, right? Unless you're asking, do you think I can pass? And then probably they'll give you honest opinion. If they're your teacher. And if you don't have a teacher, probably you have to try until you have to, why you keep failing. And then finally, there's people give you advice. But unfortunately, those people are not around you all the time if they're not your teacher. So that's another problem. No one can tell you what you should be doing at daily basis at your dojo. So if you don't have a sensei, I think you have to travel somewhere who can tell you what to do. Of course, it doesn't mean you can pass 100%, but still, you need direction to which way you should be going. Some people come to my dojo because they don't have, higher than them, especially if they're going for, like I said, around here mean Indiana in the U.S. We don't have high grade holders, many high grade holders, especially small federation like mine. We only have 2 6th dan, including me. So one me, one other sensei. That's all. So if they are going for 5th dan, it's hard for them to ask. If they are already top of their dojo, at the teacher level at their dojo, so no one can teach them. So they have to seek for sensei. So they drive 1.5 hours to, once a month come to see me. So I'll try to give them what I can, see. They should be working on this and like that. So I try to help them as much as I can. So you really have to know. No one wants to take opportunities away from you, but that's another thing. Opportunities versus, I said, discipline, which means, you probably need some more time to train. Again, it's hard for yourself, hard to know, because if you don't have your sensei. So that's why you really have to, instead of keep trying. Maybe when you keep trying, someday you can pass. But that happens when you have you just keep trying, and then one day you pass. But you're gonna have hard time after you pass that level because you don't know why you passed. Because you just keep going, and then one day you pass, and then it's a good thing you pass, you're happy. But you can't really do that to the next level, the same thing next level, because it gets harder and harder, right? So teachers or someone tell you, okay, why don't you work a little bit more? And probably that's our fault too. Like, if someone tells you why don't you work a little bit more, so you can and get instruction from some sensei, because you need that. But if it's not it's not from your sensei, probably they won't listen to you. So that's another issue, So I don't know. I want you to hear your opinion. What do you want to hear? You just want to get permission? Do you feel like people are taking opportunities away from you? Let's say people are senseis. Okay, you're a dojo sensei. If you have a sensei and you ask for permission, or your permission is asking, can I take exam, right? And a yes or no. Yes, you can. You can take exam. We can't say no, you can't take exam. But the correct question is, do you think I can pass? Do you think I have abilities to pass such and such level? And then your sensei will tell you, they have to be honest with you, right? Because they know, if they know you're not going to pass, they should tell you, because it's just wasting time and money. You have to pay money to take exam. And you have to travel to there. It's money too, and the time as well. So do you want them to tell you if you are not passing, or you just don't want to know? I just take it. I just take the opportunity and then just go and just do it. So I want to hear your opinion about this. So if you have, just quickly, I want to just go. If you can write, in the comments area, that I just want to know if I can pass or not from my sensei. And it's still, if I want to go, I just go. Or, I just wait until my sensei will tell me to go. Or, I don't care. When I have opportunity, I just want to go. I don't want anyone to tell me not to go. It's different, right? I mean, sensei, like I said, sensei will tell you honest opinion if they ask, or even when they don't, if you don't ask them, they might tell you. But some sensei don't want to tell you until you ask them. So you have to really talk to your sensei, I think. A lot of people are not bad, right? To me, my students are like my kids. Even though some of them are older than me, I want to have them the best, right? So I can give something at my level. That's my best. If they are beyond my level, like, oh, I don't have anything to teach you anymore, go to some other sensei. That's what I think I should do as their instructor. If they don't have anyone to go around, some people don't have higher grade holders than their their teacher. They have to stick to their teacher. So teachers, have to study more, or train more, so I can give them more, as an instructor slash as their Kendo mate. So I think a lot of people have different situation, right? Different people, different area, different situations, different ways of solving the problems, the same problems, right? So it's different. But I want to know what you think. Different situation, I know. But personally, what do you want to know? Or what you don't want to know? So you want to know you're going to fail or not, or you just don't want to know, I just want to sign and just go for it, So tell me what you think. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next podcast.
I would like to send special thanks to patrons for their constant support through patreons.com/Kendo For Life.